Good day. Welcome to Real Estate Whiskey Talk. Today in the studio, we're going to be joined with Dan Nelson with Nelson Pest Maintenance, and he's going to give us just a little bit of insight on what a new homeowner should be doing in regards to pest control. There's a lot of different things that could be involved and a lot of different questions people have, but step one, the question is going to be, you just purchased the house. What should you be doing? So with that, I'd like for my guest here to introduce himself. Dan, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Dan Nelson. I've been in pest control for about 8 years. I've owned my own business now for a little over a year. I'm in the Branson area. I have a degree from Missouri State University in biology and in chemistry, both, and I got further education through Purdue for pest management. So I'm highly educated and I know what I'm talking about when it comes to that stuff.
Probably helps get things done.
Yes.
So it is Real Estate Whiskey Talk. Dan's kind of getting new into the whiskey, so today he's going to try a little Screwball peanut butter whiskey. And I've got just an everyone's favorite Buffalo Trace today. So
It's good stuff.
so Screwball's been pretty good, popular with everybody. So, all right. So I've just helped someone sell a house. Someone just bought a house, client of mine, and they're now wondering what should they be doing for pest control. What does the process look like? Like, should they come in and do an inspection before they move in? Should they hang out for a minute and see what's going on? What is your advice?
Well, there's a couple ways you can do this. When in the state of Missouri, it's required to have a termite inspection. So your inspectors typically do that. And
So that'd be before closing.
Yeah, it's got to be done at some point. If they find termites in the house at some point, then that has to have a remediation done within 2-year time frame. And that's when you're selling a home or buying a home, you got to go through that process. For general pest control, I would advise you to live in a home for a minute to see what kind of pests you see coming out. You may have more of an ant problem, you may have more of a spider problem, centipedes, crickets, you never know. We have so many different pests in this area and all areas that you never know what you're going to encounter until you live in the house for a little bit, and then maybe contact a pest control person to find out what to do with it.
Don't treat for things you don't have.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
So you saying a month or two in? How long should they be living in that
Yeah,
house?
a month or two in, and then contact somebody and ask about the most common pest people are going to find in their home is ants and spiders.
Okay.
And a good pest control person will cater your treatment to whatever your needs are. And most of the time they're very safe. It is a chemical, so there is certain precautions you have to take. But in the most part, most pest control people are going to cater it to whatever your need is for that. And
to treat the pest that you have.
Yeah, pests that you have.
Okay.
And I go a little above and beyond when it comes to that stuff, but I want to make sure my customers are very happy with my service. So I would urge you to find someone that's like that. It's going to help you and concerned about the pests you have in your home.
That and take care of the root problems too.
Yes.
Like you said before, if you've got little bugs, you're going to have spiders that are eating the bigger bugs.
Yes, and then with that, you're going to have and a lot of other things. It's all cascading effects. So you could have mice in the house, and you could have a lot of mice in the house, and you're going to have snakes in the house, and you're going to have possums and all kind of things that eat the snakes and eat the mice. And there's just all kind of things that just keep compounding.
Take out the original food source, and a lot of the problems will go away.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
As that new homeowner, is there a one-size-fits-all for how often they should treat, or is there kind of just case-by-case, situation-by-situation?
It's going to be case by case,
Okay.
and when it comes to residential treatments, I don't make a residential person sign a contract with me. It's literally based on their tolerance level. Some people have a high tolerance for bugs, and they can live with bugs year-round. It doesn't bother them. Some people cannot stand bugs, and they want them out of their house since day one. So because of that, I don't tie anybody down to a certain treatment.
Let them choose what they want.
Yes,
Okay.
and so it's literally them just texting me saying, "Hey, put me on your schedule within 2-week time frame." But most common, I do have to say, most common is probably quarterly treatment, so every 3 months.
And that's probably best for the product too. Mm-hmm. Its residuals probably last so long.
Yeah, most treatments will last you typically 6 to 8 weeks, maybe a little bit longer if they're applied more properly, or the environmental conditions all outweigh that kind of stuff. So you may see a few bugs come out in the last 2 weeks before your treatment comes, but I would base it on that. If you see that you maybe have more bugs come out, or see more visible bugs, maybe increase it to 6 times a year versus 4 times a year.
Okay. So with all of that, if you're in the Branson, Springfield 417 area code, what is the easiest and best way if someone needs your guys' services to treat their bugs? What's the best way to get a hold of Nelson Pest Maintenance?
Text me or call me at 417-294-0748, or you can visit me on Facebook at Nelson Pest Maintenance, or you can visit my website at nelsonpm.org. And all those ways are easy way to get a hold of me. Texting me is probably the best.
Okay, I was going to say, every industry I have here has a preferred method, and texting seems to be it.
Yeah, texting is the best way, because that's how I keep track of my customers, and I can better organize who I need to get to next when it comes to that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm typically about a week out or more when it comes to pest control.
So don't call the morning of.
No.
All right.
No. And that's also a factor to mention too, is most people are going to call you when they have a problem, and just know most pest control companies aren't going to be able to fix it. They're going to be a minute out right then. So. And also pest control is not instant by any means. It takes a minute for it to work. It's a chemical. It has to, there's certain protocols you have to do, and you can only spray so often inside of a home. And so there's just certain things you have to be aware of, and when you're approaching a pest control person or wanting inside your home, you just have to, most people will explain these guidelines to you.
Just the more you know. So, all right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching to the end of this week's episode on Real Estate Whiskey Talk. As always, we're looking for other industry leaders in our real estate world that want to come and visit the studio and bar, maybe try some whiskey and talk about their industries. And we're always looking to help people reach their real estate goals. So if you need anything, please reach out as well.